Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? So if you've hopped onto the Monster Hunter hype train along with the other 6 million people that bought the game, chances are that you've played previous Monster Hunter games and you might have recognized this already. But many of us haven't played previous Monster Hunter games, and even if you played them, you might have missed this completely, because I know I totally missed it even after venturing through the Rotten Vale countless times. So just a few days ago, the Japanese community started sharing a video along with a few tweets that got the attention of the Monster Hunter community that explained exactly who the Rotten Vale was. If you've ever looked at the map of the Rotten Vale, it looks exactly like a monster, and now someone has pretty much proven that the monster is indeed a previous Elder Dragon that previous hunters have fought. But before we get into that, let's reveal what the Rotten Vale actually is, in case you didn't pay attention in the game. Rotten Vale is a poisonous and hazardous area of the New World. Bones and bodies of monsters pile up, generating toxic fumes that are extremely harmful to hunters and render even docile monsters aggressive. It is an entire ecosystem revolving around decomposition. It's a deep valley that resides underneath the coral highlands, while monster bodies fall to the vale from above, creating a layer of decomposing remains that serve an important ecological role. So the theory is, or more like the proven theory as many people are putting it, is that the Rotten Vale, or much of what is the Rotten Vale, is basically the body of Dalamador, who is the Elder Dragon introduced in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Dalamador has a snake-like face and body with numerous fangs and hook-like spikes, which if you look closely at the Rotten Vale's map, you can actually see many fangs and hook-like spikes around the monster remains as well. The body is also very long and somewhat curled up in the Rotten Vale, which is very similar to that of Dalamador. Dalamador's head also has pronounced fangs on top of his head, which if you look closely at the monster's head of Rotten Vale, you can also see huge fangs similarly shaped, but just a little different in terms of placement. Now keep in mind, if the Rotten Vale is Dalamador, this is actually much bigger than the size we were introduced to from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, so it would have to be one that kept growing and growing eventually to become the size of the entire map, which might explain why the fangs look a little different in placement. But we do know that Dalamador had fangs from head to tail, so it definitely lines up with everything we have so far. The next clue is that in the Rotten Vale, we know that there is an area with blue acidic liquid that would damage you if you walked into it. If you fought Dalamador before, you should remember that he has a super energy blast that is also blue in color, which means there is a reserve of blue energy inside of him, and also, there was mention that Heaven's Mount, which is the map that Dalamador was found in, also had blue liquids on the map. I couldn't confirm the blue liquid from Heaven's Mount, so maybe some of the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate veterans here can help me out with that. So moving on, the next part of the clues really made me appreciate Monster Hunter lore a lot more. If you look at Dalamador's rarest drop, the Skyblade Dragon Sphere, the description really makes it clear what Dalamador is capable of. The Skyblade Dragon Sphere is a gem to reforge the world. From blood, the sea, flesh, the land, and bone, the wood. In other words, you can make the sea from its blood, you make the land with its flesh, and you make the forests with its bone. Pretty much sounds exactly like the Rotten Vale's description of being an entire ecosystem revolving around decomposition. Contrast the Rotten Vale with the thriving Coral Highlands ecosystem just right above it makes this world of Monster Hunter probably one of the most intricately designed ones to date. Now people are loving this theory, while some others found it surprising that it took this long for people to figure it out. But most people are just really wondering, are we gonna get Dalamador as a future fight in Monster Hunter World, as the new graphics engine would definitely make it one of the most epic fights in the history of Monster Hunter. The next free DLC we'll be getting in Monster Hunter World is gonna be Devil Ho in the spring, so we're probably gonna have to wait a while to hear about future monsters coming to Monster Hunter World. But I guess you'll just have more time to grind out better equips for future fights. Anyways, what did you guys think of Dalamador being the identity of Rotten Vale? And also, what hunter rank have you gotten to? As usual, let me know down in the comments below. I just hit HR 40 myself and currently trying to figure out different endgame bow builds to grind out, and it's definitely starting to look like Monster Hunter World will be my most played game for 2018. But anyways, don't forget to drop a thumbs up before you leave, subscribe and hit that bell for notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.